You want your taxes to go up? Probably not. But if a sales tax increase went solely to funding Idaho education, might change your mind, maybe. We'll see. Concept pitched by Idaho Senator Jim Rice, certainly in its very early stages, but already creating a lot of conversation. Now, Idaho's top education official is joining that conversation. She isn't quite sold on this tax increase. Jo Parrish shares her thoughts and breaks down the what-if numbers.
Senator Jim Rice of Caldwell is pitching a 1% sales tax increase. The money, it would go to Idaho schools. Now, Rice says that the increase of 1% would generate roughly $250 million for school districts across the state. Now, his idea, it also involves eliminating those school supplemental levies that'll show up on your ballot from time to time, because school needs would then be paid for by this sales tax increase. Now, this is just an idea in its preliminary stage, but Idaho's top education official, Sherri Ybarra, she isn't quite sold on the concept.
Well, as the superintendent of public instruction, I'm always going to support more money for education. But I think in this scenario, we need to be careful about plans that are long-term and sustainable. We can't keep taxing the people of Idaho and expect that that will fix it, especially if we're looking at a sales tax. What happens, for example, in the future, should the economy have another recession? Should sales take a nosedive?
So what happens if sales tax revenues go down and the economy tanks? Well, history shows us this, that from 2006 to 2009, of course, we saw that dip from 2008 all the way to 2010. The state actually lost $200 million in tax revenues. But after 2 years, in 2010, the economy, again, it rebounded and has steadily gone up from there. So can you count on the consistency of the sales tax revenues? Well, time will tell, but we can show you this. Since 2006, the overall percentage of state dollars that are generated from sales tax, it's fluctuated up and down, you can see here, but it stayed pretty consistent. So what exactly is Ybarra looking for?
Is a sustainable long-term plan for keeping a stream of money flowing in to education. And so I would be more supportive of taking a look at what ways can we do that is a more sustainable long-term plan for education.
And it's important to note, Brian, for now, Ybarra, along with everyone, has not seen a bill or an RS because it simply doesn't exist. This is just an idea that's being talked about right now. Ybarra being very clear, she's just hearing about it, so her reaction to it is that to a preliminary idea. For now, it's wait and see. We'll see if Senator Rice drafts that bill and it ends up in committee. From there, though, we'll just have to find out.
Well, she mentioned sustainability, and the Great Recession, as we called it, that was a severe dip when it comes to sales. But when that drops, sales, property tax will also go down. Income taxes also go down because people lose jobs and stuff like that. So I think everything's kind of tied together, but it seems, based on those numbers, sales tax, pretty sustainable, pretty consistent. They continue to go up over the years.
You're certainly making a concession. You're trading the guarantee of sales tax, which you would be adding against those supplemental levies, which require 50% of the community's support. So what you're doing is you're taking away the option for communities to tax themselves if they choose to do so in exchange for a stream of income. The question is, how steady and what will that look like? Time and the economy will say.
Devil's in the details, and they'll certainly work that out as we get through the next several weeks at the State House. Thanks, Joe.